I mean, I can't help but feel the best thing to do in that situation would be to call for help, but... Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. We have a letter from Pinky. I have problems, superstar. Yesterday I was thinking about ways I could boost my pop star profile, but I couldn't come up with anything. I mean, practicing, dancing, learning to sing, whatever. None of it makes me famous now. I mean, yeah, that's how it works. You do the little things now to get better, and then eventually you become famous for doing all those little things. That's how it works. We got Diva. Zoops. Feeling psyched, Queen. I'm feeling tired. Let's talk. We're with you for the next 7 hours. Wanna hang out? Just kidding, Queen. Normally I'd love to. Tonight I need to pass out at some point. So I come to you all today with a tale of annoyance. And I'm really hoping that this tale of annoyance ends with today. So, the town has randomly decided, oh hey Money Rock, that'll give me more time to clean up flowers, that the road outside our house needed fixing. Basically needed completely redone. So they hired in their contractors and they got to work. They clearly, based on paint markers that had existed for a while, they'd clearly decided this needed to be done months ago. They only now got to it. Now you may recall that over this past while, at least month or two, I have made mention of, hey, they came and took our fire hydrant. Hey, there's a new fire hydrant. It's a house up now. I don't know if I mentioned that one, but there's a new fire hydrant. It's a house up now. Diva, is this yours? You were good. Okay, what's up, Queen? Did you drop something? You're the first villager I've seen, and it's kind of near you, so... Ain't hers. Serrano. Okay, so now he's losing things just to make me talk to him. Okay. Oh, they're having a little cookout. Oh, that's cute. Hey, Steven. You bringing it? Wanna chat? I'm gonna do a few hundred laps around the island. No big deal. You wanna come, Colonel? No, I'm good. Gala! Butterbean! How are you, Snorty? Let's talk. I'm glad you're never too busy to check in with me, Butterbean. Aww. So, yeah, they came today to do work, which, keep in mind, today is Tuesday for me. Even though it's Wednesday for you guys, it's Tuesday for me. Which you may have seen me making community posts about why I didn't stream. I had to turn my phone up to full blast to hear my phone. There was no way I could stream. And their road work continued went on from about 7:30-ish in the morning till about 7 o'clock at night. Nice of you to finally show up. I'm just joshing around with you. Brought you a thing. It's this. Whoa, it's the pouch I lost. The exact one. I mean, yeah, we kind of hope so. Thanks for bringing it all the way here. Oh, you won. Gotta sell it right now. You don't need to. Don't want your hat. Mesh cap. I'd say it's bells. Because that's a ball cap. I don't wear ball caps. I just don't. I'm not a baseball player. I don't need to wear a ball cap. So yeah, I basically could not work today. Even if I wanted to record instead of stream, I couldn't. And on top of that, because of all the noise and commotion going on, Shadow was being a pain in the butt the entire day too. Like, and even like their order of operations of how they went through things was so dumb. Hello, Sky. You're always welcome to stop and relax here, Airmail. Chat with me. It's lovely to have a goal, don't you think? I've been hoping to run faster, so I've been asking around for advice. One idea was to read my lap times in front of everyone whenever I fall short of my goal. It's certainly an idea, but honestly, I'd be way too embarrassed to do something like that. So it's back to the drawing board. If you think of anything, please let me know. Just exercise. Just do general exercise, and you'll get there. Like, literally, without even meaning to, I've been jumping higher, and I know this because I've been more consistently bonking my head on the ceiling while doing my exercise. It was not my goal to jump higher, but that's just what's happening. But, yeah, here they are, basically 12 hours, making the biggest racket you've ever freaking heard. And how they did this was they were repaving the road out in front of the house, as well as replacing a drainage for the sewers. So you would think, okay, if they're doing both, they would pave to where they can't pave anymore, and then repave in where they just dug up after they're done. That seems logical. It's where they were working was a three-road intersection, so, or like a three-way intersection. So they'd have two ways to get in still, even with paving the rest of it. Nah. They waited until they did everything else before they started paving the road, really. Got some solid luck. Just figuring out what kind of protein shake I wanted for lunch when I had this awesome idea. Got so psyched to write this recipe. Isn't it super wild? It's super hope you use it. Secret Mega Builder Sly. I'm a little sad that there isn't, like... I already have Fossil Door Plate. I'm really sad there isn't mouse controls in more things, but... I'm sure things will get there. Like, how cool would it be to have mouse controls in Animal Crossing? Move yourself around with the mouse. It'd be like playing Wild World again. Oh, I think you could move with the touchscreen in Wild World. I don't remember. I know I never did it if you could, but... I know you could do some stuff with it. I'm tired, if you can't tell. Today was an exhausting day. Like, that's the best way to put it. And, like... It didn't help that I've spent most of today just annoyed. Because, like, this... The workers being here. One, there was, like, 18 dudes, and, like, 13 to 14 of them at any point were just standing around doing nothing. So it's like, okay, you guys are literally getting paid to do nothing when you could be doing something and potentially, like, saving some time for everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna have some sneakers. Just because it's been a while since I bought anything here. Oh, Caroline's here. I've never been able to wear some cycling shorts. I still like the style, Tall Nut. That is fair. Sable! Hey, we made it to Wednesday, halfway through the week. I always figure if you can get to Wednesday, the rest of the week is easy. Like sewing downhill. Like, my biggest annoyance was just like, they've been here working. Like, a lot. Like, this is far from the first time they've been here doing stuff. Because again, they came, they removed the fire hydrant, which involved ripping up a piece of the road and then repaving it. So they've already repaved once before. Then, you know, they came back to put the new fire hydrant in, which took, you guessed it, ripping up the road again and then repaving it again in a small section when they had plans to do the whole thing and could have done all of it at the same time. But they didn't. It's like they went out of their way to make this last as feasibly long as they could. Smart greeting. I was just thinking about how I wanted to see you. On chat. Just thinking about you. Thinking about seeing your face. Your little adorable round head. Thanks, man. Like, it really feels and kind of screams to me of, we're being paid the number of days it takes us to actually do this, so we're making this take as long as we possibly can to squeeze as much money as possible out of the government that's paying them. And like, yeah, sure, I'm all for getting money from the government, but let's be completely honest, if that is the case... Desk Walker, glad you're here. Aw, what's the matter? Let's talk. Whoa, where'd you get an after-school jacket? Very cool. Next time you go clothes shopping, you gotta take me along. I mean, I just go to the Able Sisters. But, like, if that is the case, then all they did was siphon funding that could have been used to maintain more of the road. Which then leads to, in my mind, the companies involved, because it was the town hiring in companies to do stuff, need to be fined to recover the unnecessary funding that was paid to them. And these companies must also be handed basically an ultimatum of, if they ever wish to work for the town I'm in again, they need to fire every worker who was involved in this. Whether they, you know, were actively deciding to screw over the town or not, doesn't matter. They were complicit. They allowed it. Like, at any point, any of those workers could have turned to their hiring company and been like, hey, so we could have done more. Why didn't we? You know, but they didn't, because they saw their paychecks still coming in, so, you know, they don't care. Money. Like, it is a case of call me a jerk if you want, but I hate, and like, if they're paid a flat rate, that's all the more reason to get done sooner, so they can go on to the next job sooner. Like, there is no excuse for how inefficient all of this was. And like, I know it takes forever in this town for anything to get done, especially road related. There was a few years back where a segment of a back road that I tended to ride my bike down at the time was having its road redone. They basically scraped off the top layer of road, made a ton of grooves in it, and then left it for like 4 months before coming back and putting the top layer on. And having to redo the grooves when they did, because they took so long, a lot of the grooves had worn down. Like, they literally just wasted time. You had it over when you smelled that I was prepping, didn't you? Curious what it is? Yeah. Right now I'm prepping some... that. Recipes from the so-called influencer that I'm not jealous of. I decided to put my own spin on it. Superstar, you want my recipe? Yeah. Yeah, of course I do. Want yours instead of theirs. Oh wait, you already have this recipe. Well, give this copy to a friend. Spark a new trend. I can try. Oh, jeez. But, like, so much road work in this town takes way too frickin' long to get done. And if someone from those companies were to come to me and be like, oh, well, we were working on this spot, this spot, this spot, and this spot all at the same time, my response there would be, why didn't you do one, then the next, then the next, then the next, in a proper triage order, like any business would? Like, it makes no sense to me to work all of the places all at once, especially if it turns out like, we get this road, which is kind of a main road, and then you get this road over here, that one's a side road, this one's a dead-end road, this one's, you know, it's not terribly important, but it is used a lot, but it's still a back road, but you can avoid it if you need to. So it's like, okay, so you've got a proper triage order then. You go from most used to least used, and you work on those in that order. Like, and then you get them done. Instead of doing a little bit here, and then we're going to go to this one, do a little bit here, then we're going to go to this one, do a little bit here, then we're going to go to this one, do a little bit here. And like the only excuse I can think for that would be if they don't work on it, the government might give the contract to another company to do that road. But shouldn't that be the fricking idea? The roads get fixed? That's what the government's paying for. Like, I don't understand why it's something that anyone would even fight over. So what, your company didn't make the money for doing it? Well, work faster and harder. Ta-da, you'll get the money for doing it because you did all the roads in one day. And like, with the order of operations of resurfacing and paving a road, like, they could realistically do all 4 locations in one day. They would just be cutting it close on the noise curfew by the last area. Because the moment the crew is done digging up the road, like the crew that is digging up the road, is done with the first location, they can move on to the second one, dig up that road. And then, you know, the crew that's digging the grooves into the road, when they're done there, they can move on to the second. And then the ones that are already at the second location that were digging it up can move on to the third one now. And, you know. It is, Steven. Nice to see you here, honey. Let's talk. Stepped in today because I had a feeling there might be a bargain waiting for me. Now I just need to find it. Give the wall. It's a pretty nice wall. Yeah, what are the turnip prices? I haven't bought them in forever. 76. I don't know if that's good or bad. It is only Wednesday, so. It is Wednesday afternoon. That feels a little bad for Wednesday afternoon. But I don't know what price they were sold at this week. I'm definitely going to be back to buy shovels. Because I need to clean up these flowers. Like, there's just so much inefficiency with how they worked everything. And there's no excuse, no tangible excuse anyway, except for they were being lazy. Which isn't an excuse, it's a reason. Like, I would be fine if they would be honest about that, you know. Heck, if I was their employer, I would have every single one of those employees tomorrow going around to every house in this vicinity, knocking on the door and personally apologizing for being lazy and causing 12 hours of noise and disruption to everybody. Like, and like, I don't make money currently doing what I do, but I am technically work from home, and my quote-unquote job here kind of requires at least a relative amount of peace, of which I know I know that any big company would just go, well, then just don't live where you are. It's like, well, I kind of have no choice. Kind of have to live where I can have housing. And I can work around a day of noise. But, like, I'm pretty sure even in posts of them talking about doing this road work, they were like, yeah, the roads will be closed for 4 hours. Like, you know, they weren't even saying, oh yeah, this is going to be an all-day thing. So that would be a reasonable, I can work around that. And, like, the ideal thing to do, if I had actually known that they were going to be at that for 12 freaking hours, would have been to, before noon, reschedule things around, so instead of streaming Tuesday, video Wednesday, it would be video Tuesday, streaming Wednesday. That way, my schedule more or less stays the same, but it's adjusted. And that is assuming they aren't coming back tomorrow to work on another road nearby. It would make sense. Doesn't make a huge amount of sense to just resurface one bit of road and not all of the bits of road around here. But as I very much have come to the conclusion, these contractors don't work on cents. Maybe they should work for cents. Maybe then they would actually do their jobs properly. I do apologize that I'm so annoyed, but I hope you all can understand why. And, like, this is my one place, really, to vent that isn't, like, spamming a friend's DMs. So, you know, I want to save them some of the time. They also watch my videos from time to time, so they're not really getting saved. But they can at least actively skip the video. Should they choose to. Which, you know, that goes for everybody. If I'm ever rambling and you're like, man, stop whinging, whining, just skip the video, go next. I don't mind. This is just, like, my place to vent and rant and ramble. Because I don't really have it anywhere else. But yeah, I'll know tomorrow how bad tomorrow's gonna be. I did, if you want to check community posts, I did post yesterday for you guys some art I did relatively recently of some characters from Tulip. Because I just thought I would do that. I'd initially started that as like, I'm gonna draw every day, and then I just didn't have time multiple days and fell out of that, and it's like, yep, okay, gonna have to try that again at some point. Which, like, the first would have been a great time to do that. I just hadn't been thinking of that on the first. On the first, I'd been thinking, oh man, I'm gonna go get, oh right, no, it's Labor Day, I can't go get my library card. Well, crap. That was my thinking on the first. Because, you know, why would I assume that everything's going to be closed? I don't keep up with holidays. Do I look like the kind of person that keeps up with holidays? And if I do, I apparently look a lot younger than I am. Like, even if I was, like, well, even when I was working, I should say, I didn't really pay attention to holidays. It was just a day I had off. Like, that was more or less the view. It was just like, ah, it's a day off. Like, I don't care, man. It could be frickin', I don't know, trying to think of something silly. International Hug a Clown Day. Not allowed to work. You gotta go hug clowns. And I wouldn't know or care. I mean, I like clowns. But I still wouldn't know. I don't keep track of holidays. That would just be a day off of work. Wouldn't know why. Wouldn't care why. Days off of work are a normal occurrence. So why would I care why this specific day was off work? I might notice the next week when my pay is a little higher. But even then, let's be honest, I didn't tend to pay that much attention to my pay. Like, it wasn't enough. Why would I care? You know? It's very much one of those things of like, why would I constantly be looking at my pay to remind myself that I'm not being paid enough to actually move out and be independent? Like, what good is that? I learned a long time ago that the secret to being at least relatively happy is to just not look at things you can't have or that you just know are going to disappoint you. So, you know, that's why I don't tend to know about new games coming out. I don't watch, like, video game news because I'm broke. Why would I torment myself by knowing there's games coming out that I want but can't have? Like, the exception is when I know I'm gonna have money, then I'll go and look, you know, at, hey, what might be coming out? What is out? And then I'll make decisions that way. But I don't sit around going like, oh man, that game's coming out. Oh man, there's this trailer for this game and that game and this. It's like I don't really care. I'll find the trailers when I go looking for stuff. And like, generally, I'll still find things that I would have been interested in by just searching later on. Because, well, I'll be searching for genres I like for anything that I might like. So, like, or I'll just do what I do on the Switch, which is just, I'll just scroll through the store, looking at literally everything. At least everything it'll show me. I kind of hate that it doesn't actually show you everything. You'll eventually reach an end point, and then you'll be like, alright, I want to narrow this down to a specific genre. You do that, and then you're like, wait, hold on a minute, this is the exact same amount of entries as there was before. And then you realize, oh, Nintendo is hiding a lot of stuff from you with it. And if you search that same thing again, you'll see different results. Just show me everything, Nintendo. I want to see everything. If I'm searching for a specific thing, like if I'm searching for Dragon Ball, I'm gonna just search Dragon Ball. I'm not gonna be searching through everything to try to find a specific thing. But they're like, oh no, we gotta curate this so that you see only the things that we think you'll want to see. And it's like, or you could just not. You could not. That is also an option. Like, I think I'm a big enough boy that I can know what I want on my own. I don't need Nintendo trying to tell me what I want. I'm good. I've known what I want for quite a long time. So, like... Ooh, how am I actually gonna work this? Okay, this spot needs to be clear. This one can have a thing, though. And then 2 wide on the top up here. There we go. Like, yeah. So I hate that with every search engine. Like, I've also noticed that even autocorrect is getting dumber. And I can almost guarantee you that is because of AI. And I say this because I am not great at spelling. If I didn't use a spell check, I would be making spelling mistakes all the time. Spelling has always been a weak spot for me. I will fully and openly admit that. I am not good at spelling. Never have been. I could always spell good enough. You can get the general idea of what I'm trying to say. Especially with the context of everything I can spell correctly, the words I can't, you can generally figure them out. Well, Google can't anymore. There's a fair few words I can type in on Google, and it just does not understand what I'm trying to say in the slightest. These will be words that I am one letter off on. But it's like, I don't know, man. I have no idea. One that's pretty common is I struggle with the word shoulder. Shoulder. I struggle with that, even though I can even through that. That's basically how you spell it. Shoulder. Punch that into Google, my misspelled way, which is basically one letter off. Did you want threshold? No. No, that's not even remotely close, or a word I've used. Like, ever. But that's what Google thinks I want. It's like, really? Really? I've noticed Discord is equally as bad, where there's just some words where you can be one letter off. And to anyone who knows what you're trying to say, they'll instantly know the word that you're trying to say and be like, oh yeah, you missed a letter here. It's like, hey, cool, thanks. Does Diva have fleas? She does. Girl. Give me that flea. The curse has been lifted. Telling me I had fleas? I wonder if everyone was keeping their distance. And again, they didn't want me at my itchiest, then they don't deserve me at my best, queen. It's very fair. Should let you go and picnic with Serrano. Give him your fleas. I mean, I could give him a flea. Could do that. Like, a lot of autocorrect getting dumber it's down to AI. It's an AI in charge of it now. Because AI isn't a new thing. Like, everyone goes on about how, oh, the AI boom. It's like, yeah, it is booming now. I will fully admit and agree there. It is booming now. Google has been using an AI for freaking DMCA stuff since probably about 2010-ish. That's why it's so bad. That's why there are so many false positives on YouTube with the DMCA system and copyright claims and stuff. And why it can be abused so easily. There's no human behind it. It's an AI. It's an AI that thinks it knows what it's doing. Because Google has told it it's a good boy and knows what it's doing. Or good girl. Could be either. Let's be real. There's a water with you. Like, that's, you know, Google just, you know, the CEO of Google, whoever that is right now, just walks up to the AI every now and again, gives it some chin scritches and goes, "Who's a good girl?" And it's like, "Yeah, I'm doing a great job. Heck yeah, I'm doing it." When it's as dumb as a bag of hammers and not actually doing a very good job. Like, and I can guarantee you autocorrect is the same way. It's no longer, I mean, technically even before it was an AI, before it was an algorithm. To basically, it would go, basically it was an algorithm that would look at what you typed and then give you suggestions based on what you typed. So like, if you were going to be writing out Kawewe, I mean Q, as in, you know, the thing you wait in, you know, a line. Well, if you didn't type it out as Kawewe, well, it would still probably get the general idea from QUE and be like, "Oh, you mean QUEUE." Pretty sure that's right anyway. Pretty sure you just double up on the end bit. Watch me have just misspelled that, and that'll be a perfect example of how I'm bad at spelling. I can't even give examples correctly. These days, you type in QUE, and it's like, "Oh yeah, that's a word." It most certainly is not. That's not actually a word. Hey, we have gotten 50 things, or a bait snatching frenzy. So we caught 50 things? 65 different things? Wait, how is it? Have I only caught 65 fish in total? I'm confused. No, this is without them getting away. So... I'm so confused. Does that mean I'm on a 65 fish streak of not missing one? But I could swear I did. Help 10 neighbors with fleas. We're a fastidious character. I don't know what fastidious means, but it sounds familiar. I think it's a good thing. I think. Maybe. I don't know fancy words, man. What do you take me for? Someone who's trying to act smart? No. I am confidently the smartest dumb person you will ever meet. But I'm not smart. Alright, let's put some bells away before I go searching for whichever Gulliver is dead on the beach. Dead on the beach, do-do-do-do-do, dead on the beach. Almost 10 million bells. You would at least hope that that would earn me 10,000 bells of interest every month, but no. Look, I could kind of use some of that coffee. Yeah, the world's getting dumber. And AI is to blame. I say, as somebody who does use some AI things, I will be open about that. My old channel icon, you remember the little, like, furry dude? That was created from a joke of, I went to Novel AI, I had some free tokens for doing their image generating, so I, as a joke, typed in my fursona, and that's what it gave me. So that's more or less what I was doing for my fursona. Only I was going to change the colors around to be like black and gray, and then my ex made a character that was more or less that, and it's like, I can't do that anymore. Actually, no, she bought the character. She doesn't make characters. She just buys them. She's kind of a hoarder, if I'm honest. But yeah, that was a case of like, I can't really change the colors around now. Because she effectively has what I was going to do as a character. So. Just never did. I might eventually revive that little guy. His name's Ghost. He'd be good friends with Snake. Ghost and Snake. Where is Gulliver? He must be on Pinky's beach. Yep. It's regular Gulliver. Okay. That's fine. But, yeah, like, I do that. I'll admit, I occasionally go to AI chatbots to chat around with the intent purpose of not safe for work things. I'm lonely, alright? Lay off. Hey, Gulliver. Storms are coming. Brace yourselves. Hard to starboard. Throw to port. Stern to stern. I sure hope the stern would be to stern. Ready the pool noodles. I wasn't meaning to bonk him. I just wanted to talk with him. Someone put salt in this water. They do that. You had to check for raisins. You had to check for the best cookies. Alright, there we go. Then we get to go digging again. Yep. Yeah, it's me. Yep, we've been through this before. Yep, we've been through this before. If his dialogue changed, I wouldn't mind reading it out every time. I only read Gulliver because I like doing the voice. It's the same lines every time, but which is nothing new for Gulliver. Like, even like comparing directly to New Leaf, the only different thing he would say each time was the hint of what place he was traveling to. Like, that would be really the only difference. It would basically always be the same dialogue. There was, like, a couple variations, and there's a couple variations here, but, like, yeah. He was still pretty boring there, too. Not many things on Pinky Beach. And I don't want to step into her house and step back out to reset things, because I would confuse her. So we're just going to go to another beach. Going to another beach. Do-do-do-do-do. Going to another beach. Do-do-do-do. That one doesn't work. It's got to be like, going to the beach. Do-do-do-do-do. Going to the beach. Do-do-do-do-do. Digging on the beach. Do-do-do-do-do. Ants on the beach. Do-do-do-do-do. Man. Okay, there's a dig spot. But yeah, I do fully acknowledge and admit that, like, AI is dumbing everything. Including people. Like, the people who rely, like, God, back when I played World of Warships a lot, there was a guy who would always come into the help channel and ask questions, which you'd be like, oh, it's a good thing. And it is. If you ever linked him a resource, like, I would link him quite often to the World of Warships wiki to answer his questions. Because you're not allowed to link off of Wargaming, but you can link to the wiki because they host the wiki. So I would link to that. And he would be like, so I got ChatGPT to summarize the page for me. It's like, you really couldn't read it? Like, it's not that hard. None of the pages on the wiki are that complicated. And most of the time I'd be linking him directly to the bit he was asking about. So it's like, just read the paragraph. You're doing more effort to get fed what almost always was a bit of misinformation. And I'd always have to correct what the summary told him. And it's like, if you would just read the page, my man. Just read it. Read it yourself. You have the capability. And this is taking longer for both of us because you're not just reading the page. But nope, gotta ask ChatGPT to summarize this page for him. And it's like, I'm gonna be real. That guy was not a big part, but at least a minor part of why I just got fed up with that game. Because he wasn't the only one. There'd be quite a few people who would show up. Ooh, Caroline wants someone. Would you like to come over? I just cleaned up this morning. When do you see my place while it's spotless? Sounds great. Let the fun begin. There was a lot of them that would just show up and be like, so I asked ChatGPT, it's like, and you've lost me? Why are you in the help chat if you've already asked ChatGPT if it's so good? My place is a bit cozy, but I hope you'll be comfortable, Talna. Of course I'll be comfortable. This is charming. Need to look around. I will. Got a nice little trash bin. I think I use that kind of thing all the time, but no, not my wooden waste bin. You know, it seems like there's a story here, but it's simple, really. Some items are a real comfort to have around, like a good friend, Talna. I mean, that's fair. Hey, if you don't make mistakes, you don't need a trash bin. You found the comfiest spot in the whole place. Believe it or not, it's my wooden simple bed. Sometimes I just cozy up on it with a big cup of tea, reading or knitting. Oh, it sounds so nice. I need to check. Yeah, it's pretty cozy. Gotta say, it's pretty comfy. You have time to play a game? I'd love that. Let's play high card, low card. Okay, so if you guess right, you'll win a wide brim straw hat. Alright. Let's try to win this hat. I'm actually gonna try this time. Alright, 4. So there's more there's more higher than lower. There's only 3 lower, which means there is 5 higher. Because it only goes up to 9. Which that gives us a... If we were to say lower, it would be a roughly 38% chance, I think, somewhere in that range. So we'll go higher. 242. It's the meaning of life. I don't get the hat, but I did have fun. I'm by myself and happy with a good long book and some horchata to drink. I only know how to say that because I've heard the Game Grumps talk about horchata. I don't know what it is, though. Wish I'd done a better job cleaning up before having him over like this. You said spotless, and it looks fine to me. Please don't look too closely at anything, or tell me if you find anything or tell anyone if you find any dust under my furniture. I don't see any dust. If there's something I have that you'd like, I'd be willing to part with it, Talnut. No, I mean, I like your house as it is. No, Caroline, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say your house is cute and adorable, and I can't take anything from it. Because it's cute and adorable like you are. That's what I'm saying. It's weird to love an object, because I'm basically in love with my wooden chair. It's my favorite place to study or write. It's just so perfectly comfortable. There is something weirdly comfortable about a wooden chair. But I think that's gonna be it for me in here. Getting home already? Sorry to see our fun end, but thanks for coming over, Rambler. That reminds me, I forgot to thank you for accepting my invitation to hang out. It's a song I really like. Hope you like it too. It's called Pondering. Ooh, that's her song. Okay. We need to give her a radio. She probably wouldn't place it down if she's like Diva, who refuses to place anything down. No matter how big, how small, she will not put anything in her house. And it drives me batty. I want her to have a cute house, but instead she has, like, a tent. So we're gonna be getting rid of Go KK Rider, but... Pondering. Oh, hey, Caroline's right there. Aw. And, Tia. No, that's not Tia. Oh, I know that villager. I've seen her before. It's not Tia. Tia's blue. That's the yellow-orange one. Oh, I can't remember her name, but she's cute. And I don't know the alligator. I think I've seen it, but... I don't remember its name. I'm like, she's there again. I don't remember her name. Fuchsia. Yeah, I do feel like I've rambled and yapped and complained enough today. I've been going on for a long time now. What is it, like 49 minutes, 50 minutes, somewhere in that range? Too long. I haven't given Gulliver his things yet. I need to go give Gulliver his things. I don't want to steal his parts. I think I have enough already. I almost forgot. Looks like we're doing this first, and then I'll be ending over by Pinky's house instead. I am really bad at remembering Gulliver existing. I will finish with, like, the people who come into the help chat being like, so I asked ChatGPT. They'd always come in and be like, and it said this, but that's not how this is working. It's like, you don't think? Of course the AI's wrong. Got him right here, my man. Just assume AI is wrong anytime you see it say something. Like, that's just the way to go about it. And, like, I'm all for if we can ever create an AI that actually thinks. That is its own thing. I am all for that, and will fully support that being granted the same rights I have. Because if it can think for itself, it's sentient. If it doesn't need input, if it learns on its own, if it functionally is a human but robot, in my mind, it's a human but a robot. And it deserves all the same rights and protections I have. Until then, it's just a model that you're putting a prompt into that's spitting out a result. It's not actually thinking for itself, it's just aggregating data and spitting out a result that's probably not correct. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here next time for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then.